happens every Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time, where we answer your industry questions. So this week we have a special Friday 15 co-host guest from one of our host agencies. I would like to introduce Josh Harrell from Travel Quest Network Worldvia. Joshua, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
I am so excited, and I get to be the first co-host. I love it.
You do. That's which is very exciting. And I got to say, it's really nice to have somebody on the other side because it's really hard to talk to yourself.
Well, you know what? I wish I could agree with you, but I think I do a fairly good job of that, and I would say many of the members of Travel Quest Network would say the same. But okay, we'll go with that.
Okay, well, great. Then maybe we should have you do some Friday 15s because after a while, it's like, okay, I do need a little interaction. So
It
this is
does help.
great. So we really appreciate you coming on today. And so I thought for anybody that's watching us today, if you could just kind of give us a little overview of Travel Quest Network. Just give the agents that are maybe looking at joining you just kind of an idea of who Travel Quest Network is.
Oh, it's one of my favorite subjects. So,
Perfect.
Travel Quest Network is a host agency that, well, obviously that's why we're here. But we're a host agency, got started back in the 90s, so we've been around for a while, and really grew out of our founder's basement. She started the business in the basement, and grew with
Yeah.
a few agents, a few agents, a few agents. Now we're quite large, and the the real, I guess, with host agencies, there's so many similarities,
Yeah.
but it really does come down, and I'm a marketing guy, so marketing is what I speak all of the time. So the way I like to frame us up is we are the best host agency for anyone who is a true travel entrepreneur or who wants to be a travel entrepreneur. And I really like to make that distinction because I think there are people who love travel and they would love to sell travel.
Right.
But everyone, all the leadership within our company, we've been serial entrepreneurs. And if you have ever been an entrepreneur, you know that that is a whole other mindset. That is someone who is brave, is curious, believe has the confidence. Sometimes that confidence goes away every once in a while. You need some reminders. But being an entrepreneur is the scariest thing in the world, and it is the most rewarding thing in the world. And
Yeah.
so the way that I like to differentiate Travel Quest Network from other host agencies is we look at our members as the entrepreneurs that they are and make sure that everything within our program really ties to powering up that entrepreneur. So that's in a nutshell, that I think is the big difference between us and other host agencies. And then when it comes down to it, there's a lot of heart there. We have a phenomenal community of entrepreneurs, like I said, as well as the Travel Quest Network team. It is. I've been in many different industries. I'm fairly new to the travel industry. It's been about 4 or 5 years, so that's still a newbie in the travel world. But I have never been in an organization like this where there is so much community between the clients as well as the company itself. And it is the thing that gets me up every single day. And I know for a fact from what our members say, it's that community that keeps them in the entrepreneur game. Because especially if you're a solopreneur, it can get very, very lonely. And
Yeah.
the past few years have really tested us for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, and it's a really good point that really choosing a host agency and picking one that does have the right culture and, like you said, community is really important. And when you're actually calling them, you have a really good idea when you speak to a host agency if it's a good fit for you. So
Yeah.
that's a great point. So, I have a couple questions for you today.
Oh, I love
So,
a good interview. I'm ready for it. Give it to
okay.
me.
So I know that Travel Quest Network is affiliated with Travel Leaders, which
Yes.
is one of the largest, if not the largest, travel company in the United States.
Yeah.
And this relationship really provides some great benefits for travel advisors. So, could you tell me what maybe two or three of the top perks for an advisor, what they can expect with your affiliation with Travel Leaders?
Wow, that's a big question. And so don't tick the box if I go either under three or over three.
Excellent.
One of the things I'm glad that you brought that up because our affiliation with Travel Leaders, we are the largest host agency within the Travel Leaders Network Associate Program. So many of the other host agencies are in the affiliate program. So we are fully invested in Travel Leaders Network, and it gives us priority in many, many things. And Travel Leaders itself, it is the largest consortium in the world, and that really gives us so much leverage in working with our travel partners. Better commissions, which everybody touts better commissions, and I think that obviously is very, very important. But I think the real power behind Travel Leaders is the fact that it is their belief is you do business with people, not companies.
Yeah.
So the relationships that our members have with our travel partners that are affiliated with Travel Leaders, it is much deeper than most, and just the opportunities that kind of spring from that relationship is I think is quite remarkable.
Yeah.
They have their own marketing programs, award-winning marketing programs, direct mail pieces, email pieces, social marketing pieces, for every single niche that you could possibly imagine. Well, I'm going to say that, but maybe not every single niche. I might be missing out on some very niche niches, but they have something for everyone, and then for us as Travel Quest Network, that allows us to have this amazing foundation to work from, and then we power up from there. Walt Disney was very famous for plussing things and asking his team to plus things. So I always look at our partnership with Travel Leaders, which is very, very intimate. Uh, it's whatever they do, then they have the door open for us to come in and plus it for our members, because first and foremost, it's our members. So Travel Leaders, great marketing, great travel partner relationships, and they've also got a very, very robust education system. And it covers so many topics. I have not even scratched the surface myself, but I think that is the true power in Travel Leaders. But it does come down to the people,
Yeah.
and I think that that's also why we get on so well. It's a good fit for our personality as Travel Quest Network, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and really being able to take advantage of not only what Travel Quest Network as a host offers education wise, but also with what Travel Leaders as the consortium offers for education. So very important for the newer people coming into the industry and also experienced agents as well. I mean, very important.
Yeah,
So,
and I would say for anyone that's coming in new, um, that the consortia and looking at all the different ones,
yeah,
that should definitely play a part in your decision. But for us and with all the other host agencies, it is the other half. Like, what does the host agency bring to the mix? And for us to be the largest associate member of Travel Leaders Network, that is putting us into a class all of
that's
all by ourselves. I do. One thing about me, I don't want to be basic. So I like that distinction. So anybody listening knows that that is the way that I view it. We are not basic, and nor is Travel Leaders Network.
I like that. So let's kind of step into, what type of onboarding program do you have for new advisors? Because that is really important when you are looking for a host. Um, Knowing what kind of program you can expect when you join, and then, how long does it take to kind of get through the program, and what really could a new advisor expect with your onboarding program?
Sure. So we so we have an onboarding program, and then we have various educational programs. So if you are an experienced agent, or somebody who's been doing this for even just a little bit, our onboarding process, I want to say, I think if you sat through it all in one go, I think it's about 8 hours, and I
Okay.
might even be making that longer than it is. And that really is just, how do you work within Travel Quest
Sure.
Network? What are the tools and things that you have access to? And then, of course, you're going to pick your path. Choose your adventure. I don't know if you remember those
Yeah.
books, but
Yep.
you choose your adventure, and then you start to go deeper. Maybe marketing is the thing that you want to learn more about, and our proprietary marketing tools. That's going to be your own adventure outside of the onboarding.
Gotcha.
So we have that. And one of the things that I'm most excited about, and I think those who are coming in new to the industry, and I don't know about what you guys have found, but we brought on more new members to Travel
Yeah.
Quest Network in 2021 during a pandemic
Yeah.
than we have in our entire history. And I think a lot of factors play into that, but one of the things that I've noticed is that it really a big portion of them were professionals, whether they were sales and marketing professionals in other industries, and they got downsized because of the pandemic,
Right.
and they wanted to take back control. They wanted to have a career that they could control, and they don't have the next idea for like an Apple computer, right? They're
Right.
not there. They love travel. They want to be in the travel industry, and they know sales and marketing. So what we've done, and this is launching in like February, so next month, is our Launching Your Travel Business the Right Way course.
Okay.
And that is a free course for anyone, whether you've been in the industry or
Or
not, but
not.
mainly for those who are trying to figure out what are all the ins and outs to having a
Sure.
travel business. So that is a much longer course, and you can take it at your own pace, and
Yep.
you can take it before you even join Travel Quest Network, because
Oh,
we want you to join us because we are the best and the best fit for you. Like you said,
yeah.
when you call that host
Yep.
agency, is it the right fit? So we want to make sure that we paint the full picture. This is what it's like to have a travel business, and this is what we know works. And oh, by the way, here are the ways that Travel Quest Network can support you. So that is coming out in February. So anybody that hasn't felt like they're confident to make that decision to start their own business, look out for that. You can
Okay.
sign up for our newsletter at travelquestnetwork.com, and you will be notified as soon as that goes live.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Great to know that. And then, we're kind of coming to the end of the show, but I know you're a marketing guy, so want to make sure that you are able to kind of give one or two tips, really good marketing tips for somebody just kind of starting out, or how to market to their clients, something that you feel is really important when you are just starting off marketing.
Okay, this is how you're gonna end the show. We could have a 90-minute show. I'm sorry. Time has definitely flown by. Um, so the biggest piece of advice is know what your passion is
Yeah.
and turn your passion into profit. I have seen, and I've done it myself. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I failed at almost every single venture I've ever started. So I'm perfect to advise others on what not to do.
Great.
But turn your passion into profits. Don't look at, here's everything in the world that I could sell. Here's the thing that I know can, has the biggest profit margin. Um, don't get distracted by that
Yeah.
because there's only one you in the world.
Yep.
What are you going to bring to the world? What that is your business. And that business can grow and you can have a team and it
Yep.
can, expand to be a big agency. But when you get started, find what your passion is and figure out the way that you can incorporate that into a business that has a very, very clear brand story.
Yeah.
Donald Miller, if you're familiar with him, if you're not, definitely check him out. He has a wonderful book called Brand Story or Building a Brand Story. And it is a remarkable tale, very easy to absorb on how to get to that story because and I've seen it. I've worked in the agency world, marketing agency world for years and years and years. People get distracted and they tell a story that is not putting their customer or the customer that they want right in the center of it.
Yeah.
So if you turn your passion into profit and build your story around the customer who you want to work with, that is how you will win. It's when you get distracted by the new CRM or oh, look over here at this person killing it with, I don't, whatever particular niche they're in. What is right for you? Because that's
Yeah.
what comes through.
Yeah. No, that is fantastic advice. And it's really got to be what you are passionate about because you can't sell everything to everybody. Um, so really finding, that niche that is perfect for you, like you said, and then taking it, building your brand off of that is really fantastic advice. So thank you very much for sharing that with everybody today.
Can I
And
say one more thing? If
yeah,
I hope I don't go
absolutely.
over. So the other thing is when you name your business, I have a practice because I have made this mistake many times. When
Yeah.
you are thinking about naming your business, I want you to do a mental exercise and project yourself into your 80s and you're getting a lifetime achievement award and they're going to introduce you as I'd like to welcome Joshua Harrell to the stage. He is the owner of X company. Imagine that scenario and just think about your company name when you're making that decision because you don't want to be embarrassed by your company name
Yeah.
a few years into it, and definitely when you're getting that lifetime achieving achievement award for kicking butt.
So true. So we're going to close out today, but real quickly, could you just once again tell everybody Travel Quest Network's website so that they can go ahead and visit your website after we're done today?
Yes, travelquestnetwork.com, and you can learn all about our programs, our plans, and definitely sign up for our email newsletter because, again, we're the host agency for travel entrepreneurs. That newsletter is not just selling you on joining Travel Quest Network. We're giving you some meaty, meaty advice and information on your travel business. So, whether you choose us or not, we definitely want to make sure that you contribute to the travel industry because we love it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Joshua,
Thank you.
for joining us today and providing the audience with such really great information about Travel Quest Network and really some really good advice on marketing. And your travel agency name is very important. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some links into the comments on articles that we do have, as well as I'm also going to put Travel Quest Network's website into the comments as well. So, please go ahead and visit them when you get a chance. And we just want to thank everybody for joining us today. We look forward to seeing everybody next Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time. And if you have any questions in the meantime, please reach out to us at hostagencyreviews.com/Friday15. So once again, thank you, Joshua, and everybody have a great weekend. Bye.